Bueno, good night.
Kill you!
I've just seen death. Oh, Joe.
Do you know what the most frightening thing in the world is?
So on the Macabrecast today, on the Creepy Ketchup, we have two stories for you. The first one, I haven't even talked to anyone else that knows about it, but I know that a lot of people have covered it. Do you know the case of Teresita Basa?
Teresita Basa. No.
No? Okay. So this might be the only story in U.S. history where a ghost testified for her own murder to get someone convicted of her murder. It's a really strange case. It hasn't happened since, and it actually held up in court. So
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy. I don't know how this happened, but somehow they were able to use testimony from someone who talked to her ghost. So February 21st, 1977, Chicago firefighters are called out to an apartment complex to put out a small fire. Upon entering the source of the blaze, they discover a woman's dead body laying underneath a burning mattress. She had been stripped completely nude, and there was a butcher knife sticking out of her chest.
Shit.
They don't find anything there. But they do find one piece of evidence. But the woman who they find is Teresita Basa. She was born in 1929 in the Philippines, and she moved to the U.S. in the 1960s to study music.
How do you spell her name?
So her first name is Teresita, and the last name is Basa.
Huh.
So
Teresita?
Teresita.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were saying Teresita.
That's how you pronounce it, buddy.
I'm sure that is how you pronounce it. But
not your crazy rolling R's.
The way that I say it is Teresita, like a little Teresa, you know?
Yeah, all right. If you want to go fancy on me.
Teresita.
I'm going to go have some guacamole and some jalapenos.
And some horchata.
Some horchata.
Okay.
So friends described Teresita as quiet and unassuming. And yeah, she shows up dead. There's nothing around to really point in any direction. They do an autopsy on her, and they find that she had not been raped, and they can't find any motive for the murder. They found one little piece of evidence in the apartment. It was a small note that said, "Get theater tickets for AS." Police thought these initials might belong to the suspect, but they had nothing else to go on. 5 months go by with no progress in the case. And then suddenly the police are contacted by a former co-worker of Teresita by the name of Remy Chua. Remy and her husband, Joe, told the lead detective that shortly after Teresita's murder, Remy started having visions and dreams of Teresita, who was begging her to go to the police and tell them what happened to her.
I'm sure they were suspicious of this lady. That's what usually happens when somebody like has some sort of like premonition or like an idea of somebody that like, oh, number one suspect, you know.
Usually cops will just blow that shit off. Every once in a while, like I know John Wayne Gacy, like you know those murders, right? He was like a gay man that murdered, he dressed like a clown in his off time, and he killed like 27 boys. They were so desperate during those murders that they brought in a psychic to try to help them figure it out. Like it happens from time to time.
That happens from time to time.
But this is just some random person that was a friend of hers who's saying like, I'm seeing her at night. She's coming to me in visions and she's begging me to go to the police. So one night Remy took a nap at home, and according to her husband, she began talking in another person's voice while she was asleep. And she told Joe that I am Teresita. And she told Joe that the killer's name is Alan Showry. So I'm going
to... straight up, huh?
Straight up. First, I'm going to show you a picture here of Teresita Basa. So that's Teresita Basa. By all accounts, like completely nice. Like everyone got along with her. And so the voice went on to claim that the Alan was an orderly working in the hospital nearby. She urged Joe to go to the police. When she woke up, though, she had no memory of what she told Joe, like completely wiped. But Joe didn't go to the police right away. He waited because, like, someone tells you that shit, like,
I mean,
what are you gonna?
That's
what are you gonna say?
understandable. Yeah.
Then Remy was possessed a second time, or so she says. And the voice asked Joe why he didn't go to the police. And Joe said, "There's no evidence to go to the police. What are we going to do?" The voice told Joe that Alan had taken jewelry from the apartment and given it to his girlfriend.
Shit.
Yeah. So Joe gets in touch with the lead detective on the case. Detective's name is Joe. It looks like spatula, but it's statula. Or statula. And Joe said, "Fuck it, we have nothing else to go on. Let me do a background check on this Alan guy." They find out that Alan lived next door, not next door, but very close by to Teresita. And let me show you a picture here of Alan Showry. So this is Alan Showry. He was an orderly that worked in a hospital. He lived really close by to Teresita. And so the detective got a hold of Alan, and Alan said, "Well, yeah, I knew Teresita, and I went to her house to go fix her TV." And the detective talks to other people that Alan worked with, and they said, "Yeah, he told us that he was going to go over to fix Teresita's TV." But he said, "Okay, so you went to her house to fix her TV," and then he said, "Well, yeah, I went there, but I didn't have the tools to do it, so I went home." And so, like, right away, the cop's picking up that this is bullshit.
Yeah. Plus he's the last one to see her now, basically.
Yeah, it's always, and they always go to the last person that saw them alive.
Yeah.
So the detective decides that he's going to get in touch with Alan's girlfriend, and he asks Alan's girlfriend, "Has he given you any jewelry lately?" And she says, "Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, he did give me a jewelry." And he gets her to turn the jewelry over to Teresita's family. And right away, they are able to... let me show you here. Sorry, I'm
if I can says it says Teresita on it, though.
This is big fucking letter.
Well, I'm not sure why.
Property of Teresita. So this is the jewelry that that was hers, that belonged to her, that the girlfriend had.
Oh, what the fuck?
And they bring that evidence to Alan, and he confesses. He says, "Yeah, I killed her." He said that he had gone to her house to fix her TV, but then he left and came back with the motive to rob her. She let him in because she already had known him. When she turned around, he grabs her, he kills her, and he strips her naked to make it look like a sexual assault.
Yeah.
He robs her, throws a mattress on top of her, and starts a fire.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy. It gets way crazier, though. So this goes to trial. You're thinking he confessed, that's it. Like, what else can it's an opening and shut case. They got him. So it goes to trial, and during trial he pleads not guilty and says that the police coerced him into doing a confession. And the jury believed it so much that it ended up being a hung jury, and it was a mistrial.
Yeah.
So it ends up going to a second trial, and the second trial ends up, he pleads guilty because he says he doesn't want to go through another trial again, and he just wants to get it over with. And they threatened his girlfriend if he didn't plead guilty. However, he gets sentenced to 14 years, okay? For arson, robbery, and murder. For good behavior, you'd be serving half.
Fuck.
Alan Shorey gets out in 1983. He served just over 4 years for robbery, arson, and murder. And he's alive today.
Fuck.
By all accounts, he's alive. I don't know how the fuck this guy ended up only serving 4 years for a murder. I mean, who cares? The arson and the robbery, yeah, whatever. But 4 years for a fucking murder? Like, when was the last time you heard anyone getting 4 years for a fucking murder?
Shit. That's what happens when they're afraid that it's gonna be another hung jury, and they give them like some weak shit, and then they just end up getting out.
Like, you can take a plea deal or something, but I thought at the very least when I was reading this that he would be serving 7 years, because good behavior you're going to get out in half, which I still think is crazy for anyone that's committed murder. Tough. But to only serve fucking 4 years in prison for stabbing a lady in the chest and trying to burn her house down, burn her apartment.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, so this guy, he was tracked for a little while. He went from California to Washington. He probably would be in his 70s right about now. But he got away with it pretty much.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know if it was because of the whole ghost angle, like the possession angle, that might have weakened it, and like he was able to turn that around somehow and get a lesser charge. But
if you're his lawyer, you argue about that, like, the cops coerced you into confession, and that takes care of that. And then the second one, like, he went there while he was fixing the TV, he stole the jewelry,
and the defense can just say like, well, what are we supposed to believe, a fucking ghost? Like, this is America in the 70s. Like, we don't believe in ghosts. This is American law. And it's crazy that we're convicting somebody off of this, even though the evidence was there. He confessed to it. Yeah. Like, he had the jewelry, but because there was that paranormal angle, it tainted everything.
Yeah, it fucks it up.
Yeah. So I don't know. I thought that was a really interesting story. I can't find anything else like similar that's ever happened like that. But it's just terrifying to know, like, there's people that are walking around that have murdered people. Yeah. And like, I'm not talking about like, oh, I hit someone with my car by accident and I killed them, or I pushed somebody in a bar and they fell over and hit their head. Like, he took a fucking knife and buried it in her chest and then tried to burn her apartment down around her. And he's just like living his life somewhere.
It's fucking 4 years and shit.
Yeah. Like, 4 years is nothing.
4 years is nothing. One time I forgot what case it was, but there was one that I heard. They did something, then like fucking 30 years later, they ended up like catching him.
Oh, like a cold case?
Yeah, some sort of cold case. And then some of the other shit that he had done, like what's the law, like where the law, like,
oh, statute of limitations.
So a lot of that happened, and then by the time they caught him with some other bullshit. And he only did like 5 years, and the family's like, dude, like, he didn't kill anybody, but like they fuck people up for life, basically. And
Dude, there's so many like stories. I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts, and there's so many fucked up stories about like people getting off with stuff for little mistakes in the paperwork, and like they just go free.
Yeah.
And like I know there's been cases of like parents of children that have been like molested or raped, and then the parent will go to the trial with a gun. And like there was one dad. Yeah. Have you seen that video where the dad shoots the guy going through the hallway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one too with a lady. I think a lady kills the guy.
A woman did it in Germany. That's what for a guy that had raped her because she thought he was going to get away with it.
Yeah.
So she came to the courtroom with a gun and she shot him, and like people in the courtroom were just like letting her do it.
Yeah, they were like, "Whoops!"
she unloaded a clip and it was like about to reload, and they're like, "Oh, I guess we should step in."
Yeah. I mean, you understand that, dude.
Yeah. anyways, I thought this was interesting and fucked up and just crazy. Like, if I ever get murdered, I promise I won't like possess you or anything.
Yeah, just because there's not going to be any evidence. Like, oh yeah, he came to me in one of my dreams. So like, sure, buddy.
Gabriel, feed my cats. Oh, by the way, I was murdered. I don't know.
What was that? I'm like, man, shut up, Matt.
And I'm fucking time to sleep, dude. It's that one comedian has the joke about ghosts in the 2000s that just wake up in the middle of the night. Hey, what's your Wi-Fi password?
Yeah, what are ghosts gonna do in the future? You know,
yeah. So
I guess they've been using phones and shit, right?
Someone said it's gonna be weird to see ghosts that from like this age, like you.
Oh,
like you're in a dark room and you wake up and there's some kid doing the stanky leg in the corner of your room or something.
Fucking blue hair and shit.
Blue hair. Playing Fortnite.
Yeah, blue hair ghost doing some TikTok dance.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah.
So all right, enough of that. That's a pretty fucking dark story.
Yeah. If you want to, this is on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen it. It's pretty fucked up, and this guy should be in jail for life. It's called The Puppet Master.
No, what's that all about?
Check it out on Netflix. It's basically the craziest con man that you have ever heard of. Not somebody that's just like stealing money from like wealthy like single ladies. Like
like a date profile kind of guy.
This guy fucks up people's lives with his fucking lies and like.
Really?
Yeah, and when it started, I was like, like the guy's all like, oh, I met him here and. He was at a bar and he's like, that's when my life changed. And he was like, all like sad and shit. I'm like, come on, man. Like, what? He took like $1,000 from you or something, you know? Yeah. That's what I was thinking. But no, then they got into like the story.
Yeah.
Dude, there's the craziest shit I ever seen. This guy should be just fucking killed and not let out of prison. Like,
yeah. There's so many people.
Check it out, dude. He didn't kill anybody, but he fucks people up.
Yeah. Well, sometimes people get so messed up, they end up like taking their own lives.
Yeah.
So it's murder by proxy or something like that. But there's so many people that should be in a cage forever until they're a skeleton.
Yeah, basically.
And they're just walking around.
Yeah.
Listening to true crime podcasts has made me so paranoid about everything.
Yeah, man.
Just like every person I see on the street, like, oh shit, like making sure he doesn't have a gun.
Well, rule number 1, never light up a room. When you walk in, do not light up a room. Don't be the
because like after someone died, like, oh, he was the best guy. He lit up the room. Everybody loved him. Like, that guy's gonna fucking die.
Yeah, make sure you're kind of an asshole.
Yeah. You know? No one ever says after the fact, like, actually, you know, he owes me $50. He was kind of a jerk. Like, he borrowed my car and he brought it back to me with like no gas in it.
Yeah, I was fucking rescuing cats.
Yeah. Whoa! Hold on, hold on a second. No, I'm plenty asshole-ish.
Somebody else.
All right, so the next thing I want to talk to you about, I don't know are these. I think it's in Scotland. It's got to be in Scotland. So there's a graveyard. I'm gonna say in Scotland. Okay. But these rabbits are digging up dead people in the graveyard.
Welcome to the place where the rabbits are digging the dead up.
Oh yeah, that's Scotland. Or Ireland.
It's right through the side there.
I like the mystical music.
Yeah.
Finger bone. Part of a rib cage. Like,
part of a rib cage.
That's a jaw. Dude,
he could have place where the rabbits are digging the dead up.
So these rabbits, I sent this to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This graveyard, these rabbits are just making homes out of people's graves. Yeah. just taking their bones and just like, all right, I got to move this over here. I'm going to make a home. There's jaw bones and ribs.
Dude, I think I just figured it out right now that I see it. You know what's happening? These rabbits, they're like, bro, I dug a hole. And turns out there's like this already pre-built home. So like
You'll never believe it, bro.
You just gotta clean the fucking bones that are in there, and you have a fucking full house.
Just imagine the rabbit breaking through the coffin wall and going, "No shit!"
Like a fucking mansion. Dude.
Look at this.
That's the Indiana Jones of rabbits. He's like,
it's like bedding.
Yeah, they keep the skull. They nest in there.
I don't know what all these smelly white branches are, but I'll get them out of here right away, man. We'll be set.
Like, look, that's a nice roof. It's fucking made of wood and shit.
Yeah, see who's next door. See if there's another one of these.
see, there's another one.
Did you ever see the movie Looper?
Looper,
like time travel movie?
Oh shit, yeah.
There's a scene where like the guy is being messed with in the past, so like they're cutting off his fingers. So in the future, like all of a sudden, like his fingers start disappearing.
Oh, he has like no fingers.
Yeah, I just imagine you're in heaven, and all of a sudden you look down and like your pinky's missing, like your jawbone. And then you're just like, what the fuck is happening to my grave? Meanwhile, there's just rabbits just like hopping away with your eye socket and
taking all your shit. Yeah, what's up with these rabbits? They gotta be just cleaning up, right? Like what?
Well, dude, they can like bite through stuff that's harder than bone to make their places. Like they can get through tree stumps that are petrified, like real hard shit. They'll just go through it to get to where they need to go. So if they find an area and like that's nothing to them, they'll go right through the coffin, dude. They'll make a home out of it. But I just love it that you just come to visit your grandma and her bones are everywhere. That's when I'm being cremated.
Like a hip one, like grandma.
Yeah, like I'm being cremated. I'm not gonna fucking let some rabbit tear me. I don't really care what happens to me after I die. It might be funny, actually.
It could be.
Maybe when I die, can you make sure I'm buried at this graveyard?
Oh, you want to be there?
I want to be there. I've changed my mind.
Maybe we'll just train a couple rabbits before you die.
Oh yeah, you could do that. Yeah. Anyways, I couldn't end it on the fucking lady getting murdered. I had to talk about that those fucked up rabbits killing people.
Yeah. Then when the people figure out it was only fucking 4 years. Well, we're getting back to the lady. Let's just go back to the
yeah. Oh man, you brought it back down again. I gotta go feed some homeless people and take care of some cats and make some people happy. Yeah. Oh. I'm sure I'll be okay.
Brighten up their day. Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go to a dark parking lot after. I'm sure I won't be followed by anybody.
Hey, you like how in all those like documentaries or like podcasts or whatever, somebody's murdered or whatever, and then they're like she was killed like gruesomely or whatever, and then this all started in the Malibu beach, and then it gets all tropical shit like that.
It's the steel drums.
Just people fucking drinking and shit, and like it was all a blast.
But that's not where it started.
Yeah. Like, thanks again for watching. Thanks. Shout out to all the killers. Shout out to all the victims. We couldn't do it
without you. Soon. Peace out.
Stay killing. Stay dying.
Dude, just keep on. Yeah. Keep the knives up, bro.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's the short show today.
All right.
Thanks for talking this over with me. I'm gonna go have some nightmares about that shit.
Yeah, try to watch Bambi or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, no. Now I think I want to watch that Con Man show.
Dude, watch it. Let me know what you think. I just couldn't believe it every time. There's only 3 episodes. It's a miniseries, and after episode 1, I was like, "What the fuck?" And you should check it out.
Yeah. When did you start working for Netflix?
Oh, I have a link that I'm gonna send you.
Watch cool, man. 10% off.
10%.
All right, everybody. Check out the Instagram. Check out the Twitch channel. We have an interview with Angel Ramos, the horror movie short director, and he's gonna be on again soon. We're gonna be running down a list of top cult movies and all that stuff. So. Yeah, check that out. Check out Frank Wilker Wonder Hour. And we'll be back soon with another Macabrecast as soon as we can. In the meantime, I'm going to go wrangle some kittens.
Yeah, man, take care of those cats.
Yeah, I'm going to. All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, you too.